Hi guys, so Jeremy Hunt in a car crash interview was asked about the case involving Tory Minister Michelle Donelan's libel case, where the taxpayer ended up paying out when she wrongly accused two academics of egregious behaviour, which saw both of them suspended for a period. Hunt started out by claiming that he didn't know if he had signed off on this compensation claim as it was too small, but then seems to defend this course of action. Remember, the Tories claim to be the party of personal responsibility, but that doesn't seem to be extended to themselves. Have a listen to this.
Before we finish, and I know our time is limited, I guess you, as Chancellor, you sort of sign off all things that get paid by the government. This payment, this settlement that was paid to an academic after the Science Secretary Michelle Donelan had falsely accused them of supporting Hamas. A settlement of £15,000 has been paid by the taxpayer. Did you approve that?
I don't think I did, because the Chancellor only approves much larger sums of money. But it is normal practice that government lawyers support government ministers in legal cases that brought against government ministers in the course of their duties. This was a payment that was made without admission of liability, as I understand it, and it was paid, I think, to reduce the cost that would be incurred to the taxpayer if there was a protracted legal case.
So does that mean, I understand there's precedent there, you might well also understand that a lot of people are very confused that taxpayer has to pay up when Michelle Donelan makes what appears to be a private comment, not directly linked to her work. She's the Science Secretary. Do you think it's right that taxpayers, bearing in mind what we've been talking about today, do you think it's right?
Well, that would be a judgment for the Permanent Secretary, Michelle Donelan's department.
To be fair, you are the Chancellor, Mr. Hunt. To be fair, you're the Chancellor.
Yes, I know.
I appreciate there are responsibilities here. I'm asking you as a grown-up Chancellor who often handles difficult questions like this, what you think.
Yeah, and I'm telling you that the way government works is that politicians don't make decisions as to whether legal fees in these situations should be paid by the taxpayer or paid by an individual. That is made by civil servants, rightly so. In this case, the judgment was that it was appropriate for that payment to be made.
What an arrogant piece of work this guy is. Like laughing about, oh, well, you are the Chancellor. Yes, I am the Chancellor. And I don't give a crap about the taxpayer having to pay this. You know, and then offloading the responsibility onto the civil service, saying, oh, it's nothing to do with politicians. It's the civil service that decide. Now, Michelle Donelan could have actually decided, well, it was my mistake. It was my responsibility. And what I'll do is I'll pay this compensation myself because I'm the one who effed up. But no, rely on the taxpayer. At the exact same time as the public services are on their knees, public services money to public services is being cut, and the excuse given is, well, there's a war in Ukraine and there's inflation and stuff like that. Now, this case is actually worse the more you know about it. It seems that Michelle Donelan organised her staff to do research into these two academics. She wasted government time and money to do research into two academics, searching through their social media, looking for something that she could use against them. She came up with pretty nothing. They were suspended. They were thankfully reinstated after all of this. Then she posted on social media about this. She should resign. She wasted government money using government money and government time to research these two academics, looking for dirt on them. And then when they couldn't find something, they made up crap about it. This was used as part of the libel case. And then she had to compensate them because she was wrong. Did she apologize? She didn't apologize. She just admitted that she was wrong. The arrogance of these people. And then who pays? The taxpayer pays. Did she decide, well, actually, it was my mistake. What I will do is, because I was wrong, I will pay? No, she wouldn't even admit that. She wouldn't even apologize. So, of course, she's not going to compensate these people out of her pocket. This is fundamentally broken. How is it possible that government ministers can libel members of the public and then get away with it in a sense because the taxpayer is paying. This is really dangerous because what it does is it allows government ministers or politicians in general to make libelous claims against members of the public or academics or people in reasonably high positions of power, in positions of influence, and get away with it. Because if somebody else is picking up the tab, then you're going to be much more freely in abusing your position. If Michelle Donelan had to actually pay it out of her own pocket, you can imagine she would be a bit more careful next time. And this would have a chilling effect on politicians, government ministers, to be a bit careful about what they say on social media and what they do within their departments. Has she resigned? Of course not. Has she been sacked? Of course not. The party of personal responsibility. Yes, personal responsibility for you. If you're on universal credit and you miss an appointment, you will be sanctioned. But if you're a government minister libeling people, trying to destroy their careers, well, it's okay because the government will pick up the tab. Not the government, the taxpayer will pick up the tab. Absolutely ridiculous. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.